it should go live. It should go live. It should go live. Are we live? Hello? Are we live? What's this showing us over here? Great. Don't need this, don't need this, don't need any of these guys. Or this, or this. There's a way to pop out the chat. Chat over here. And I think we're live. Is there anyone watching? That's the other question. Hello? Is anybody there? Send sign of life if you're there. Oh, you guys are there. There we go. Now it's all showing up. Zero Cool. Hello. Jay Smoore. Hello. Roll off. It's alive. It's alive. Awesome. It took me like 30 minutes to set up the stream because I forgot how. Random Stuff is asleep. Sir Richard, hello to you. I honestly, I just couldn't sleep. It's midnight here. I'm usually in bed by 11:30, passing out by 12:15 with YouTube slamming on my face. Graham, hello, hello, hello. So let me move this window over here. That way I can just check out the chat. شو بتخبرونا? How's it going? It's Friday tomorrow, huh? Weekend starts. Not sure what we'll do with the weekend, but it's a weekend. We got some reactions to film. I thought we'd do a tier list. Ramsey sent me this tier list website, and it's basically got all these like things we can do to get. Considering you are AI generated, you look familiar. Don't I? Don't I look familiar? I am entirely AI generated. 100%. I'm just AI. Hello, Rob. Thanks for being here. Gotta tell you guys, 2024 starting, it was so hard to start the year. Usually I spend Christmas outside of the country, and I just couldn't spend Christmas outside the country this year. And so there's just so many things happening during the period. You know, there's all your family's here. All your friends are here because most of everybody that's Lebanese lives and works outside of Lebanon. There's 14 million of us outside of the country and 4 million of us in the country. So you can imagine what the country ends up being like over Christmas. So everybody you know, everybody you've ever known your whole life is in this one little tiny place, and you're stuck in traffic for 5-6 hours. You go to the mall, it takes you 2 hours to get in, 2 hours to get out, and you're only there for 30 minutes. So it was just so tiring. I mean, it was so much fun catching up with everyone, hanging out with everyone, but it was so exhausting. We came back into the new year, we go to our jobs, and everyone's just looking at everyone like, we're so tired, please. You know, we need another week off. I have 6 fingers on one hand. That would be a thing, wouldn't it? Zara Cool, this won't be too long, I promise you. Greetings from the Czech Republic. Woohoo, night shift. Renata, what do you do? I've seen better AI models. They earn tons on the internet, don't they? I was reading that article. I was watching some TikTok video that was talking about these AI influencers on like Instagram making like thousands a day, tens of thousands a month. What's MDO? Send me a link. Send me a link to a video and I'll check it out. So I'm gonna put the chat here on this window, and I'm actually gonna share the screen because I want us to go through this website and look at these tier lists. We'll do one example, and then basically from that example, we'll find one that we'd like to do together. By the way, pay no attention to everything happening over there on the left-hand side of the screen. All that stuff, like this here, support us on the ExpressVPN, all of that. This is just a mock-up that we were playing around with. So this is a tier list. So it's like we look at these bands down here and we have to rank them from S tier, the greatest band ever, to like D tier, which is, okay, not so great. And then we've got like never heards, obviously bands that I've probably never heard of before. So I think what we'll start doing is we'll start with the never heards. Blanca, you're here. That's right. You're in my time zone. What are you still doing up, young lady? Yes, you caught me. I'm absolutely live right now. Saludos desde Chile. Saludos from Beirut to you. So I'm going to kick things off with just the bands I don't know. The Clash, never heard. Let's see what we got here. Actually, I know all these bands. Queens of the Stone Age, I think never heard. Sex Pistols, never heard. Jimi Hendrix. Janis Joplin. I know one song, so I'm just going to put it down as never heard. Gorillaz, Foo Fighters, Faith No More, never heard. Evanescence, Elvis, Deep Purple, Dave Matthews, Coldplay, Bon Jovi, Blur, Black Sabbath, Rage. Is this Rage Against the Machine or just Rage Against? I'm assuming it's Rage Against the Machine. Beatles, Audioslave, Arctic Monkeys, Alice in Chains, Alanis Morissette. What is this logo? What is that? Anyone know what this is? Is this Aerosmith? Oh my god, that is Aerosmith. I had no idea that's what their logo looked like. And AC/DC. All right, you guys. I've heard of the Clash. I've never actually listened to the Clash. I don't know where Nightwish is. This is one that was generated by them, by the website, or by someone on the website. So we're gonna learn how this works, and then we're gonna create the best list ever, and then other people can go ahead and use it. And that one will have all of the artists that we react to, basically. Salty Welder, greetings to you. Hello, Wildwood. Hello, Denali Cat. I didn't say hello. Son Debo, hello to you. John Hawkins, hello. Robin Allen, hello. Melissa Lewis, hello. Wow, guys, this is so cool. All right, so this is the time I should be going live. Now I know better. So if you're just joining us, we're doing a list. We're looking at we're doing a list. We're doing a tier list to try and see who the best bands, in my opinion, by your influence are. And S tier is like the best ever, going down to the D tier, and then there's a never heard tier. So we're just gonna go ahead and start this thing off. I mean, these are all great bands, right? Oh, Stone Temple Pilots. Not too familiar with their songs, so I'm just gonna jot them off as never heard. Scorpions. Anyone guess where I place Scorpions? The Scorpions came to Lebanon more than once. If you walk into any Lebanese bar with a band, I bet you anything in the world that they will play one or two Scorpion songs because they came a few times to Lebanon. We grew up with the Scorpions. They're the best. And so you have an entire generation of kids and parents and probably grandparents now, the grandchildren, sorry, that are completely influenced by the Scorpions. So where do you think Scorpions are? Definitely not S tier. Definitely not A. Not B. Not C. Actually, you know what? Before we do that, let's actually... So this S tier is greatest... Whoa, what happened? Greatest ever. Does that work? Oh, that works. So this is don't like. No, come on. Don't like. We're not going to say things like hate. C is going to be okay. Oh, come on. Why do you do that? C is okay with. B is gonna be good. And A, oh come on. A will be love. Love this band. Okay, I think that's better. That's better there. So yeah, so this is just a template. So we're gonna play it out on this template, see how it works, and then we'll build our own template with the bands that we want and the artists that we want. Yeah, that's a little better. Any suggestions welcome, because we're trying to make this thing good. So I lost the Scorpions. Where are they? There they are. So all right, anybody know where I'm putting the Scorpions? Any guesses? I did it. I did it. I don't like the Scorpions. I'm just gonna put it out there. And the reason I don't like the Scorpions is because of how embedded into our culture they are. Not because they're not a good band, but because every singer in the country wants to sing Scorpion songs, you know? And so everywhere you go, it's just people pretending to sound like the guy from the Scorpions. And they don't pretend it well. And so it doesn't sound well. And so that's why. They stink. They stink. All right. Green Day. I will say I'm okay with Green Day. I will say... You know what? I should probably... It's one of those bands that I'm never going to listen to them just because of how much, what we say in Arabic, arrafuna yehun. So arrafuna yeha is sort of like saying, you know, they gave us too much of it. It's like eating the same food every single day, even if it's amazing. But if you eat your favorite food 10 days in a row for every meal, oh, khalas, I can't have anymore. That's what arrafuna yeha sort of means. So that's why, that's my feeling there. Green Day is good. Listen, there's a lot of bands in this list. There's a lot of bands in this list. Green Day is good. I still think Green Day is okay with. I mean, I'm just thinking, like, if I never listened to Green Day, would it have changed my life? I don't think so. So I'm okay with Green Day, but they are good. I see what you're saying. What are we judging this on? My personal taste and preference, or just me being objective? Is it a subjective thing or an objective thing? Because then things change. I'm just going to go with subjective. This is a complete subjective list. I will not be objective in this. Arctic Monkeys. Okay with the Arctic Monkeys. Also, not life-changing for me. Alanis Morissette. Listen, I spent a lot of my childhood listening to Alanis, and I can't believe I'm placing her over Arctic Monkeys, but that's okay, because that's what we're doing here. And we can change things as we go. We can probably change things as we go. All right, subjective it is. If pleasure remains, does it remain pleasure? I saw this thing today where it's like, are you willing to suffer through 10 minutes of pain, of ultimate pain, to get 10 minutes of ultimate pleasure? And the answer every time is basically no, because like the threshold for pain and pleasure are different. You know, you would not go through ultimate pain to get ultimate pleasure. So you'd prefer no pain over more pleasure, and if that makes sense. It is a great album, isn't it? You're right, it is just one album. But what a good album that was. She played God in the movie Dogma. I didn't know that. My bands from there, Metallica, Queen, Maiden. Wait, I didn't see Metallica. Where is Metallica? I don't think I saw. Oh, there it is. There's Metallica. We'll get there. We'll get to Metallica. We'll get there. Does it involve Twinkies? We're doing a complete subjective list, guys. Objectively, you know what? We'll do it twice. Or we'll talk about it at the end, who we think objectively is the best band on this list, and subjectively, who I think is the best band on this list. Rolling Stones will go good. Radiohead. I mean, I love Radiohead. I love Radiohead. I'm going to put them as good for now. I'm going to put them as good. System of a Down. They were a big influence when I was growing up. Huge influence when I was growing up. There was the whole idea that, Serge was actually from Lebanon and it was crazy. Oh my God. Like, how could that go with? The Doors. Great band, fantastic, phenomenal, definitely changed the sound of music. Also okay with. I'm okay with the Doors. I'm going to change what these things stand for. This will become... No. This is Can Live Without. So we got Don't Like. Bands that we can live without, good bands, bands we love, and the greatest bands ever. I think I like that. I like that more. Sleep Token. They'll get back here. Andy, how's it going, dude? I mean, I think it's like the Alanis Morissette band. I mean, I guess we could say, Elvis is on this, right? So it could be artist or band. And just so you guys know, if you're just joining us, so this was already created on this website. We're learning from it. We're checking out how it's done, how it's played. And then what we'll do is we'll create our own tier list with our own bands and artists. And then we'll go ahead and rank it. And we can actually play it on our own. We can share it with our friends too. So it's pretty cool. Is there a lot of the Warning Army in the house? How's it going, everyone? Have you heard the couple songs, Boy, What songs? I'm ashamed to say they'd rank pretty dang high for me. I have not. All right. Let's go. Blur. I mean, I can live without Blur. Dave Matthews Band. I can live without the Dave Matthews Band. Deep Purple. I can live without Deep Purple. Oh, see, this naming, can live without, just makes everything so much easier. Can I live without them? Yeah, I can live without them. Like, if their tracks don't pop up on my playlists, I'm okay with it. And I think I'm okay with System of a Down too. No, I'm not. I want to hear... There's some System of a Down songs that I want to listen to. But in that sense, I can put the Rolling Stones down here. Alice in Chains. There's a couple songs by Alice in Chains that must be on my playlist. Okay, so we'll change good to will miss if not on playlist. Will miss if not on playlist. I'm gonna have to capitalize everything. If not on playlist. So these are the bands I'd miss if they were on my playlist. Dire Straits and Santana are go-tos. Those are freaking awesome. I don't think I've ever heard Deep Purple, but they held the record for the loudest concert for a long time. Really? I did not know that. Muse are amazing. I love Muse. We used to cover so many Muse songs back in the day. Elvis. What do you guys think about that one? What do you guys think about that? What if I say I don't like Elvis songs? What if I say I don't like Elvis songs? Oh, God. There's a couple really good Elvis tracks. Nothing's nicer than if you have like a record player and you have a couple Elvis vinyls, then putting those and playing them, because those sound so good. But it's like passive listening. I don't know. I'm going to put as can live without. I'm not ready to say I don't like Elvis. You'd shake my hand and buy me a coffee if I put Elvis as don't like there. I'm so cheap. Megadeth can live without. It's getting hard. Kiss can live without. Oh, it's getting really hard, guys. Imagine Dragons don't like. Just immediate don't like there. Oh, these bands are tough. This is gonna be very hard. Jimi Hendrix, I'm gonna say. Oh, I can't say that. It's Jimmy. Bob Dylan, don't like. Listen, Bob Dylan created a sound. He did something exceptional for music. But I could, like, if I get a Bob Dylan song on my playlist, I skip it. You know, if they suggest it, I just immediately skip it. But I love the covers of his songs. Like, he's written some timeless pieces that other artists have went ahead and made their own. But he's obviously the inventor of a specific type of music. And he's amazing for what he's done. But I just don't like to listen to Bob Dylan. Absolutely. That's exactly what he proved. If you watch the video of what's that song called? We are the world, we are the children. If you watch the making of that video, in one studio room are the greatest artists of an entire generation, probably two generations, all put together, all performing to the best of their ability. And then you have Bob Dylan, and they show you this in the making of, doing his take like 100 times over and over and over, not able to hit the note. And Stevie Wonder's there in the background, like trying to help him around with it, and he's just not able to hit the note. Like listen, if I'm being honest, I haven't listened to a lot of Imagine Dragons songs, but the ones I've listened to are the ones that I used to play on the radio. And the ones I used to play on the radio, I used to play so much. Like, I used to play one Imagine Dragons song every hour. So I don't like Imagine Dragons anymore just because of how much I've listened to them. The Eagles we love, but they're not on this list. I don't think they are. They aren't. Yeah. Like, if you watch Stevie's face in that, it's not it's not the best face. Okay, Black Sabbath. I can live without Black Sabbath. I can. Oh, this is getting really hard. I can live without Slipknot. Yes, I can live without Slipknot. I can live without the White Stripes. I can live without Jimi Hendrix. There. We made a decision. Bands I will miss if not on the playlist. I will miss Linkin Park if they're not on the playlist. Okay, so we're changing Love to must be on playlist. Must be on every playlist. There, that makes more sense. Must be on every playlist. Does that make sense? Things that we won't miss on our playlist, and things that must be on every playlist. Must be on every playlist. I got must be on every playlist. No, I'll miss Linkin Park, but they don't have to be on every playlist. Gorillaz, I'll miss Gorillaz if they're not on my playlist. Bon Jovi, I can live without. The Beatles, I can live without. Rage Against the Machine must be on every playlist. I love Rage Against the Machine. You can't live without Deep Purple or Sabbath? Nice. Greatest ever: AC/DC, Guns N' Roses, Maiden, Nirvana, Pink Floyd, Bon Jovi, Queen. Oh, dude, Postmodern. Don't even get me started on that, dude. That was... You know what? I loved that because it was just so much fun. Like, it was just so much fun for me to sit and watch. It's like... The song is fantastic. The performer is fantastic. The musicians are fantastic. Put them all together. What they're giving you, the way they've reinterpreted the entire thing was fantastic. It was just such a good time. Like, that's the kind of stuff that, you know, you would probably be a must be on every playlist. Offspring, I Can Live Without Offspring. I Can Live Without Oasis, even though I love Oasis, guys. No, actually, you know what? That really went quick. There's an Oasis song that must be on every playlist I create. If you guys can guess what that song is, shawarma on me if we ever meet. Andy has to have Beatles on his playlist. Guns N' Roses are Aerosmith on Classified Uppers. Good. It's not Wonderwall. It's not Wonderwall. So if you're just joining us, we're doing a list. This list was already created. It's a prefab list. So we're learning by doing it, and then basically what we'll do is we'll create our own list with our favorite artists and put them all up there. Bob Dylan's a brilliant writer, sucks a performer. Absolutely. Don't Look Back in Anger is correct. That is the song, Graham. If I ever see you, if we ever meet up, shawarma's on me. I promise you that. I promise you that. Must be on every playlist, actually. Before we get there. Nirvana must be on every playlist. Metallica, I would miss if they weren't on a playlist. Maiden, I Can Live Without, Don't Kill Me. Zeppelin, I must have Zeppelin on every playlist. I must have a Zeppelin song on every single playlist. Coldplay, I must have Coldplay on every playlist. Audio Slave, we're getting there. AC/DC, I Can Live Without. Can I live without? I can live without AC/DC. Aerosmith. Aerosmith is one of my favorite bands of all time, guys. They must be on every playlist. There's a couple of songs that must be on every playlist I listen to. Chili Peppers. Let's see what you guys think so far. I've made some crazy decisions here. After they lost their psychedelic edge. All right. So far. Soundgarden. I'm just gonna put them right there. Actually, I'll miss Soundgarden. I'm already getting some Chris Cornell and Audioslave. But I'm an Audioslave then Soundgarden person, not a Soundgarden then Audioslave person, which is what most people are apparently. They love Soundgarden more than. But see, the same band, Rage Against the Machine, Audioslave. I have the same band twice, different singer. You gotta, I mean, where are the Chili Peppers? You can't, like, there's no playlist is complete without a Chili Peppers song. How? How are you gonna listen to music? How are you gonna listen to a 2-hour long playlist if not at least one Chili Peppers song plays? It's missing. It's missing something. Now it's getting there. Evanescence. Full honesty, guys. I can live without Evanescence. I mean, yes, if one of those tracks plays, I'm going to get excited. I'm going to sing along entirely, as I would with the tracks from all of these other bands. But I can live without Evanescence. I can do it. Pink Floyd, James Gang, Steely Dan, Jethro Tull, Springsteen, Zeppelin, Fleetwood Mac. Wow, no Fleetwood Mac on this list. All right, we're down to the final 5. This is tough. This is very, 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 very tough. Down to the final 5. All right, so this is the band I listen to every day. Or really 2 bands that I listen to every single day. And the one I listen to the most is Foo Fighters. I love the Foo Fighters. I absolutely love the Foo Fighters. If they put out something that's amazing or horrible, I love them equally. I can't get enough Foo Fighters. If I can, and when I listen to music, there's always a Foo Fighters song that I will listen to that's perfect for the mood. In my car, at the office, at home, whatever it is, when I listen to music, when I have time to listen to music, I must play Foo Fighters. I love their albums. I play them back to back. They just mean so much to me. Their entire musical journey is incredible, with all of its highs and all of its lows. You know, when I used to perform, because the way we perform music now is in an acoustic setup. No electric guitars, no drums. A cajon, acoustic guitar, acoustic bass. But when we used to play big crowds, big concerts, you know, huge drum kits, 2, 3 electric guitars, I would be the most excited when I was performing a Foo Fighters song or a Rage Against the Machine song. But Foo Fighters, to me, freaking love this band. Absolutely love this band. Manchester Orchestra are freaking phenomenal. Very, very soon. The problem with Manchester Orchestra is that their video to publish was so hard. We published it. It got blocked entirely. And then we had to like chop it up and change things. And we had to do so many things to eventually be able to get the video published out there. So it's videos like that that scare us, because you could publish it, and instead of getting a copyright claim, we end up getting a copyright strike. And if we get a copyright strike, then we're not allowed to publish videos for like a few weeks. So some bands, like, and it's not because of the band, by the way, it's because of the label, but we get terrified of publishing their videos, because the what can happen as a result can be like detrimental to our lives. Yeah. Pearl Jam's 10 album is probably like one of the top 3 greatest albums of all time for me, which brings me to my second greatest ever band after Foo Fighters, or exactly the same. I can't believe I'm saying after Foo Fighters. So my favorite singer of all time is Eddie Vedder. Eddie Vedder's my favorite singer of all time. Growing up, I was modeling my voice over his. Like, he's the singer I wanted to sound like. So going into uni, starting the band, doing all that, it was Eddie Vedder, Eddie Vedder, Eddie Vedder, Eddie Vedder all the way. So Eddie Vedder is my favorite performer singer ever to have existed, ever to exist right now on the planet. I just love him so much, because he represents my entire musical journey. Like, since I started listening to music, getting on stage for the first time, the first song I ever performed on stage, all of that stuff was Eddie Vedder, Pearl Jam, you know. And then I just discovered the Foo Fighters, and then I discovered Nirvana, actually, right around the same time I discovered Pearl Jam. So to me, Eddie Vedder's the greatest, but Foo Fighters are the greatest band. So it's like Pearl Jam, Foo Fighters coming together hand in hand. Let me catch up on chat. Ana Gabriel song Evidencias live version. I'll make sure to add that to the list. Hold on. I'll copy paste it now. Hello, Love Bites fan. Fleetwood Mac, the video for The Chain, dude. 1982 is one of the most. How good is that song? How absolutely good is that song? When it trended back on like TikTok and Instagram, because that dude that was on the skateboard like chugging the cranberry juice. Like, just listening to it. Wait, no, I'm confusing it. That's a different Fleetwood Mac song. No. I'm confusing it with a different Fleetwood Mac song. There's another singer that brought it back. It was Shawn Mendes, maybe, or like Charlie Puth, or one of those guys, like the new gen. They redid the song in the studio, and it sounds absolutely phenomenal. Queen and King Crimson in your playlist. Yeah. That happens, right? For some reason, we stop accepting new music for a while. And then later on, we do that again. Foo Fighters over Queen or Pink Floyd and Nirvana. In terms of subjectivity, personal preference, what I would listen to every day, yes. I would choose Foo Fighters over Queen and Floyd. But Queen is the greatest band to have ever existed in the history of mankind. They're the greatest. They're absolutely the greatest. There's no band that will ever exist that will be as good as Queen. I mean, of course there will be, but you know what I'm saying. It's Queen. They moved the world. They disrupted the entire industry, and they went against everything, and they create in a time where radios were starting to play shorter duration songs. They broke through with Bohemian Rhapsody. Like, how do you do that? How does a band even do that? It's because they did things their way. Listen to no one, dude. It's freaking Queen. All the drama, all the fights, everything that they had to go through, everything about Freddie. It's just no concert. Like a Queen concert is gonna be the greatest thing you'll ever be to. It's Queen. They sound larger than life, and I don't know if you guys like agree or disagree with that. Tom Waits, Francis Spalding, Luffy, Velvet Underground, Parliament, and we missed Jessica. My list was too long. No, King Lizard and Gizzard. I don't have no idea who King Lizard and the Gizzard Wizard are. I hope it's a Gizzard. Is it Gizzard or Gizzard? I hope it's a Gizzard. Gizzard sounds wrong. How about rock in Spanish? La Lupita, Gustavo. So I've got a couple of Gustavo songs in the list that I have to listen to. But just like I was talking about, like Manchester Orchestra, Soda Stereo, Gustavo, like these artists where getting their videos published as a reaction are so difficult. Like we get so blocked. Like I remember the Soda Stereo ones, every single one of them is entirely blocked. They're not just blocked for me to publish as reactions and I have to like dispute and the dispute is rejected and they're blocked in every country. Then we have to like mute certain bits, cut up the video. We have to like do the watermark thing. But I can't even watch Soda Stereo videos without a VPN. They're not allowed to be seen in Lebanon. So I have to like ask the VPN to go watch a Soda Stereo video. An amazing Queen song that most don't know is 39. A bit of a different tune from them, but amazing and has that Queen flag. I don't know that. What's that song where I want to ride my bicycle, I want to ride my bike. Gizzard. I'm happy it's Gizzard. Your playlists are Christmas Class Out, Folk World, and Acapella. If you're with LP song Lost on You La, my favorite hidden viral song, has 1.3 billion views. What are you talking about here? LP Lost on You. What is this? What is this? Why don't I know this song? What? Do I listen to a little bit of it, see if I recognize it, or do I save it for a reaction? 1.3 billion views? Do I know this song? I don't dare click because what if we want to do a reaction to it? I learned about it with engineer Jordan Carter. Really? Ya Allah. Okay, so I need to listen to this song then. Maybe I probably, if it has 1.3 billion views, of course I know it. There's no way I wouldn't know it. Live version, it's incredible. Is this the, yeah, this is the live version. So this is the one I'll do. Okay. Consider it done then. We'll take care of it. All right. Let's talk about the last two bands on this list. Guns N' Roses, Pink Floyd. Guns N' Roses means a lot to me. The first song I ever sang when I was like 3 and 4 and 5, because my dad had a band and he used to play music. And so he'd make me sing, which really wasn't a Guns N' Roses song, was it? Brings us back to our good friend who we talked about earlier. It's Knock Knock Knocking on Heaven's Door, but the Guns N' Roses version. So that was the first song I ever started singing when I was a kid. And it was actually the first song I started to learn on guitar. It was that. And what was the other song I started learning? It was probably Black by Pearl Jam. But that was it. So Guns N' Roses means a lot. That one album, Illusions Part 1 and Part 2, that was me between the ages of like as early as 4, 5, 6, 7. Like, it's one of the 3 albums I remember listening to when I was a kid. The 3 albums I remember listening to as a kid are Illusions Part 1 and Part 2. I still remember it was a double deck CD with, I think one part was yellow, the other part was blue. Let's actually take a look at it. Illusions Part 1 and 2 Guns N' Roses CD pack, CD box. Yeah. Oh my God. There it is. Oh, who remembers this? Oh, I remember this so well. Man, there are some records on this album. There are some songs on this album that are just unbelievable. They're out of this world. I'm gonna cry just thinking about like how much I used to listen to it and just go away in that space. So it was Illusions Part One and Two. It was Tracy Chapman CD cover. I can't remember the name of the album, to be honest. Yeah, it was this album. I guess it was it. I think it was her only album, but it was this album. That was it. And then the third one, and Blanca, you're gonna be happy about this. And I grew up in the UAE, yeah. So in the UAE, it wasn't called Hell Freezes Over. It was called Heck Freezes Over. It was an Eagles album. It was a beautiful, beautiful Eagles album. And this is the one with Life in the Fast Lane, don't lose your mind. Where is it? There it is. And they had the live version of Desperado, I think. Desperado, why don't you come to your senses? But I want to try and find the album cover with that because the one that was in the UAE didn't say hell, it said heck. And I remember getting into a fight with someone in uni about the name of the album and then being like, it's Hell Freezes Over. I'm like, no, it's not, you idiot. It's Heck Freezes Over. Haha, you don't know what you're talking about. And then we look for it and it turns out it is Hell Freezes Over, not Heck. And my mind was blown. And it was because they weren't allowed to call it Hell Freezes Over in the UAE. So they called it Heck. I wonder if we can find it. Probably not. Too lazy to go ahead and search for it. But yeah, so back to Guns N' Roses. For all the reasons mentioned earlier, Illusions Part 1 and Part 2, Guns N' Roses, all about that. I will place Guns N' Roses with Can Live Without. And the reason is, as I grew up, I completely abandoned my love for Guns N' Roses. Stopped listening to them. I remember watching Slash when he came to Lebanon. It was the biggest thing ever. We all grabbed each other and went to Byblos, to Jbel, it's called Byblos, to watch Slash play. And he was playing, and BB King was playing, and we watched Slash, and that was amazing. But it wasn't the best live performance we'd seen. It was very sloppy, if I'm being honest. But even way before that, I had stopped listening to Guns N' Roses. And so for that reason, I can put them down as Can Live Without. Like, there isn't a song that I'm going to miss by them if I don't listen to it. As great as my childhood was when I was actually listening to them. I'm just going to catch up on chat before we label Pink Floyd. Oh, dude, I can completely get you there. Anything else? You know what? I'm gonna reconsider just because I might want to listen to both albums right now. Hi from Chile. Hello to you from Beirut. You can, of course, let me know about all the alternative groups you want to. I'm definitely down to listening to them. 92 Live in Tokyo, VHF stage, Tito and Chick Korea, Saloom Sinclair and the Mother Bears, Rotary Connection, and the Fugs. Those are some nice names. Linda Ronstadt does Desperado. I'll have to listen to that one. Eagles, by the way, we're not allowed to do Eagles reactions, or maybe even covers of Eagles reactions. We're not allowed to publish covers of Eagles on YouTube because until recently, I don't think we could find Eagles on YouTube, Aslan. Guess the Queen all day. Only one song on my playlist. Innuendo, Sad I Never Played Live. Slash can stand apart from Guns N' Roses. Yes, he can. He absolutely can. Mr. X of Zushen. Thank you so much. Wow, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for your support. Definitely appreciate it. There are some Jushen songs in the list. So I appreciate your donation. I'll take it into consideration and I'll bump them up the list. Hi, Jamie. Hello to you from Beirut. The Eagle. Oh, that's right. That's right. I remember now in the comments. They started out as her band, right? And then they formed the Eagles, right? I don't remember if I read it in the comments or Ramsey told me that, but they were her band, and then they became the Eagles. It's insane. Eagles, arguably, by the way, one of the greatest bands to ever exist. Like at some point, the greatest band on the planet. I have done some dirty loops. Yeah, yeah. You can check them out on the channel. It is. It is. Eagles are forbidden. Let's see if they're back on, because wait, this I'm not touching because this blew my mind. Eagles. Oh, no. Eagles. Okay. See, 1 year ago. Imagine that. Hotel California has only been on YouTube for 1 year. No, please don't. The stream will get blocked. Don't play. Hotel California, the most covered song in the history of humanity, the most karaokeed song in the history of humanity, has only been on YouTube for 1 year. That's it. This is Eagles. This is their YouTube channel. They have 1 million subscribers and they have what? 8, 9, 10, 11 songs. That's it. That's what we got. And it's all thanks to Warner Music. Like, how insane is that? They were like, no, we're not getting on YouTube. No, we're not getting on the streaming platforms. Like, that's insane. And these are all live performances, nothing from the actual albums. Jnoon. That's crazy. That is freaking crazy. Hard Start as a Zeppelin tribute band. I didn't know that. Let's go to Twitch. Twitch will do that too. Twitch will also do that. Pink Floyd, best band ever, even while I'm a metalhead. Star Wars exploring new sounds, like lasers, creepy, deep lyrics. So blues with Buddy Guy. There's an unplugged version that is fire. Since we're throwing everything out, Frank Zappa, Hot Rats, Overnight Sensation, absolutely free. He's like, just rock and roll, move to NYC Jazz. How about T-Rex? I don't know. I only know the dinosaur. I was the first Crossroads Festival in 2004 in Dallas, Texas. They did a jam session the night prior and had Clapton, Carlos Santana, Jeff Beck, Steve Vai, BB King jamming together at the same time. Holy shit. That is insane. A lot of people have reacted to, really? Dude, that would scare me so much. Hotel California reaction. 8 days ago, 1 year ago, like, there's no way people are reacting to this and they're getting away with it. There's no. So this dude is reacting to it before it was on YouTube, basically. This is the same one that was on the channel, the 1977 video. I don't know. I wouldn't dare. Like, I honest to God, I would not dare do it. Like, the way we get, like, all these claims and disputes rejected and blocked in this country and that country and this territory and that territory, I wouldn't risk it. I just can't live with the idea of not being able to publish for a while or the channel get taken down. Is all instrumentals and awesome. There's an incredible album, Nonstad, Adieu False Heart. Hi, Nina. How are you? I hope everything's great with you. I have to be paying the Eagles for every view. They're crazy litigious. Everyone, like, the way the money works in this thing is so insane. It's so insane. Everything is accounted for. Like, no cent goes anywhere. I saw this thing yesterday where it was like, in an episode of The Office, Steve Carell's character, he sings a part of a song, like 4 seconds of it. He's just singing it. I can't remember who the song was by, but it aired or it didn't air. I don't remember the details, but all I remember was that the label representing the artist called the producers, and they had to pay $60,000 in royalties for because he sang 4 seconds of the song. He sang 4 seconds of the song. You know, imagine me going, "We don't need no education." That being put in a show, $60,000. Like that's insane. Like that's wrong. Like to me, that feels wrong. Like that's unjust. It shouldn't be like that. Yeah, please don't expose our music to new markets. That's exactly the idea. I didn't know that. So there's more Emma Coke on the list. I don't know if that one's in there or not, but I'll check. You sent me DMs. Were they on Instagram? I'm not checking Instagram at all. Like at all, at all, at all. I'm not checking Instagram. Like, I can't deal with the reality of what's happening in the world. So I'm like detoxing from Instagram. Andy Sahtain, dude. Enjoy your dinner. I hope it's an amazing dinner. If you like rock and melody, there's a French group killing it. Shaka Ponk. I'll check them out. Gael, thank you. Thanks for the recommendation. Guy got sued by his tattoo artist for royalties or infringement for showing his work in a video. It gets weird, man. It gets weird. Wa alaikum assalam. Greetings to you from Beirut. Check Johnny Cage and his 4 foot 33 inches. Is that right? Did I say that correctly? Pink Floyd. The last one. Where does Pink Floyd go? Where does Pink Floyd go? Where do they go? And the Never Heard? No, imagine it's Never Heard. Oh, I have to place them in now. Listen, guys. Pink Floyd. Like, imagine the world without Pink Floyd. And then imagine the world without, like, the Chili Peppers or Coldplay. Imagine the world without Kiss. Imagine the world without the Offspring. Imagine the world without Imagine Dragons. Imagine the world without the Scorpions. You know? You can imagine a world without any of those bands. You absolutely can. You cannot imagine a world without Pink Floyd. You just can't. You can't. They're incredible albums. They're uniquely theirs. Bands after them mimicked their sounds and got inspired. Like, they inspired countless artists and musicians, not just singers. You know, they created synth styles, they created guitar styles, they created sounds, they influenced electronic music, they influenced everything. Their albums are treasures. Their literature, you know, their history. They're incredible pieces of art and work. Their albums. And I could not imagine my life without Pink Floyd. I just can't imagine creating a playlist that doesn't have a couple of Pink Floyd songs on it. And there's an album, there's a track for every mood, for everything that you might be feeling at that point. And I discovered Pink Floyd late. I didn't discover Pink Floyd when I was growing up. I discovered Pink Floyd when Ramsey and Joe, they started a project. And in that project, they wanted to basically cover the wall. They wanted to do the entire, no, sorry. They wanted to do Dark Side of the Moon. So they created a band, and it was like the greatest musicians that we knew at the time that played, you know, Western music. And they practiced that, and they booked one of the biggest clubs in the country. And the club filled up like there was no tomorrow. Everybody was there. And I was there for their practices. I was there obviously to go watch the show, and I went and watched the show. And I can't even, like, that moment when I saw so many people coming to watch a band cover Pink Floyd, cover the album. They'd never heard this band before. This band got put together, played one show, and that was it. That's literally all they did. They came together for one night, one performance, and they performed the album start to finish as is. If you look at the runtime of the show and the runtime of the album, they're exactly the same runtime. They didn't stop between songs, they didn't take breaks, they didn't introduce themselves, they didn't tell jokes. It was just that. It was like you were listening to the album. And I was in a room of people. To the brim, the room is filled. And everyone is there. And they're all there to watch the band they don't know perform one of their favorite albums by one of their favorite bands. Just that intensity in that moment made me understand what Pink Floyd was so much more than what I thought they were. And it started with Dark Side of the Moon. And that experience was that night for me. And from then, I just took a deep dive into their albums. And I appreciated Pink Floyd and saw them for what they are. And because I saw how they affected so many people and how they were able to bring so many people together like that. I spoke a lot there, didn't I? I said a lot of things. Dude, I just, it's weird for me sometimes. Like, I'm doing a live stream at 1 in the morning right now, you know, and I have to be in the office by like 8:30 tomorrow. But it's because it's very hard to find the right time to do it. Like, ideally, this is when I would do the live stream every single night. But I also love to sleep, you know. I love to snuggle with my phone, watch YouTube, and pass out. Like, it's my favorite thing. My favorite thing is to sleep. But I really want to do lives like I want to do them every day. You know, I want to do them like I used to do the radio show every day. Do the radio show. I want to do the live streams every day. But I'm finding it hard to commit to be honest, just because I think I'm lazy. I think that's why. I think it's because I'm lazy, and I shouldn't be lazy. All right, let me just catch up on chat because I said a lot of things there. I'm good. Sent DMs already. No split dinner for me. Been great. Okay. I hope Andy's enjoying his dinner. Jay Smore, do you agree with me? Nina, I promise you I'll do blind channel. I promise. They're still on the list. I promise you I'll get to them. Pink Floyd is S tier. Yeah, intention to play them, but I wouldn't turn them off. You can't. Like, if you start playing Dark Side of the Moon, you're not going to stop playing Dark Side of the Moon. The Eagles should be called the Eagles. Just move the needle. Got a whole new gauge. Absolutely. Where is Aerosmith in all this? Wait a second. Where'd Aerosmith go? Oh, yeah, they're here. They're here. That's right. We covered Aerosmith. Brain fart. Really enjoy your The Warning reactions. I enjoy The Warning so much. While music is a part of our life, there's no reality if TV shows must be musicless. Absolutely. It's a whole industry, by the way, apparently. They have a guy working on every TV show, every movie, that their job is just to find the right sounds and make sure, right music, and make sure that he or she can secure them. Because if they can't secure them, they can't use them. So, you know, the director will have their preferred tracks maybe, or they'll just task the person with going and finding the right music for it. And it depends on the best deal they can get. I'll give you this song for 10,000, but this one for 500. All right, give me the 500 song. Like, it's music, guys. It's art. Can we stop dealing with it like this? High Hopes sung by Marco. I think I've seen that. I think I might have even have reacted to that. Danny from the Morning said the biggest music inspiration is Wish You Were Here from the Pulse. I freaking love Aerosmith, best singer. Dude, Aerosmith are just a whole vibe. Just hopping in, been enjoying your The Warning reactions. Aaron Lee, dude, thanks for hopping in. I appreciate you. Pink Floyd is good altered state music. Whether you started that way or not, they'll make you feel like you are. Good day from Australia. Nice to catch you live for a change. Leather Bear, thank you so much for joining, and thanks for stopping by and saying hi. You can't be in a band and describe yourself. Dude, we were so lazy. The whole band's premise for us, like the JLP show, was we're lazy. So we wouldn't practice. And we owned that. We owned the idea that we don't practice. We'd show up to the gig and just look at people and be like, all right, what do you want to listen to? And then people be like, what? What do you want to listen to? And they'd be like, Britney Spears? And we'd be like, all right, what song? And they'd be like, really? And they'd be like, yeah, you said Britney Spears. Give me the song. And so they'd give us a Britney Spears song, and we would literally, in the show, look up the chords to the song and just play it there for the first time. And somehow, by the magic of adrenaline, we would learn the songs on stage so much quicker than a band that would actually go to practice and practice them. So for 15 years, we never learned a song unless it was on stage. That's just the way we did it. It was dumb, but it worked. And it was there because we were lazy. And I remember every single time we had a gig, bar gigs, you know, not like the big gigs, but if we ever had like a bar gig, and this was like 4 or 5 nights a week, we'd go to the bar, we'd go there for sound check at like 6:37, and we'd finish sound check, and then we'd sit and we'd have some drinks, and we usually playing it around 10:30. So for 3 hours you have time to kill, and for 3 hours we'd just look at each other and be like, I hope the show gets canceled. Yeah, I hope the show gets canceled. Please, the show gets canceled. Please, something happen. Let the show get canceled. Every night we'd do that, and it was a mix of anxiety and laziness. Like that's the reason why. Fantastic cover of Child in Time by Dutch band. Roll off. Thank you. Adding it. Let me just open it somewhere aside. Okay, there it is. There's no category on your screen for PF. What's PF? Power. What's PF? It might be something so obvious, but I'm not getting it. Really enjoyed your voice play reaction since we were saying thank you. Just so you don't have to play the stupid game, LP are the initials of the lead singer, Laura Pergolizzi. Although she presents as a he, she goes by she, her, so you don't have to guess. Okay. Jethro Tull. Booty, change the subject a little bit. How is your back pain? Mine is pretty bad. Can't find a chiropractor here. What was it? Tuesday. I couldn't get out of bed. I just was lying down the whole time. And then like a couple hours later, I did all the stretches. I was able to move around a bit. But I worked from home today, and I worked from home yesterday. So I'm hoping tomorrow I'll actually end up going to the office. But hello, back pain. You know, we gotta live with it. There's nothing we can do about it. Yeah. No, Balakis, I appreciate you for saying that. You know, it's I mean, obviously, like, we want to be respectful of everyone. You know what I mean? And I appreciate it. So that by all means do that, so I know to make sure that I don't offend anyone. You know what I mean? Like, it's a good thing. Where is Nightwish? So this was a list not created by us. This was a list that we found on the website, and we'll end up creating our own list out of it now that we've learned it. So free from jazz then? Free form jazz. Yeah, basically free form jazz. So we'd go. Midnight here, going to bed for sure. Have fun and bashalagher or whatever. تصبح على خير. That is awesome. تصبح على خير means good night. Good night. تصبح على خير. تصبح على خير. If I could request a band to check out, please give Solaris a listen. They're a talented indie band from Canada. The best way I can describe them is Nightwish and Unleash the Archer's Love Child. Okay, wait, let's... the list is too far away for me to find right now. Hold on, let me shift this back to me since we're not doing the game anymore. And I think everything is going to be alright, no matter what we do tonight. Can you please react to Angelina Jordan's All I Ask? Angelina Jordan's All I Ask is literally, if I'm not mistaken, next week's reaction. Hold on, let me check for you. Bookmarks and lists to record Monday. Angelina Jordan. So, no, next week is California Dreamin'. The week after that is All I Ask. So those are the upcoming Angelina ones. Wallah, look at this live list. Oh God, that is a list. Roll off, where are you? Dutch band. Get that in there. Okay. Roll off. Where is the band Solaris? Or is it Solaris? Okay. Love you, happy birthday, Angelina. That's right, it was Angie's birthday yesterday. Can you please act in, okay, that one I said. If you want to check out some fun vocalism to Pine Box Boys. Pine Box Boys. Arkansas. Killing Time. Is that right? Arkansas? Yeah, Arkansas. Arkansas Killing Time. They do throat singing. Okay. I've only reacted to one band that actually does that. How much is it for a song? It doesn't work that way. So there's a list. There's actually like 7 lists now. And the way it works is that the more people request the same song, then that song makes it up the list and up the list and up the list. And priority for song requests, like it's sort of, and this isn't anything data, right? This isn't like science or an algorithm. It's just like if someone like Roloff requests a song, Roloff has been here for 5 years and the channel's been alive for 2. So usually when Roloff requests something, his requests just get priority just because he's been here for so long, so he's been supporting us for so long. So it's sort of like the inner community, the people that have been here for a while, Blanca, Richard, like they just, if they request something, usually that just makes it up the list a little more. The patrons also, their requests, they have their own little list and their requests get taken more. And if in like the reason why we started doing like AJ Mondays is, one, we fell in love with Angelina, but also there was an overwhelming support from the Angelina community. And so what do you do with that support? You work with it. So we created Angelina Jordan Monday, because it makes sense. Like so many people were financially supporting us, from the Angelina community. So we went ahead and we dedicated an entire day, for forever, basically for that to do something amazing with that support. So it's not like pay us money and we do a song. It's a community thing. If people agree to something, it happens. If people have been here for a while, we listen to them more. If they're on Patreon, we listen to them more. That's how it is. I hope that sort of answers your question. Where did I lose the chat? Yes. Darkanti, Bluegrass, More Bloodgrass. Song with The Who. The Who do that too, right? She's mostly erotic. She's written for Cher, Rihanna, even Backstreet Boys at one point. She's got a couple dozen major artists listed in her Wikipedia page. Like Within Temptation too. I think I've done Within Temptation. I must have. No, yeah, the No Doubt cover, that one is on the list. The rules. Yeah. There's a reason for that. A reason that I can't talk about in I mean I can, but I wouldn't want to talk about. It's nothing to do with James. Or the project. It's got more to do with me, and this is sounding very like there's a peculiar law in my country, and it's because of that law that I'm unable to communicate / collaborate with some people, and or else literally it could be like treacherous. And so when there's like a collaborative project like that, and I don't know who the people in that project are, and I can't determine it, it becomes like a risk for me, because if I shouldn't be communicating or collaborating with any one of those people in that project, then I literally get taken in for questioning, and it becomes an entire weird thing. It's something we have to live with basically as Lebanese. Like, and it's been there since before I was born. Like, this law was put in place in like 1943, and then another law came in like 55, and another law came in like 78. So it just makes our life. It just confines us in a specific way. If you have time, so yeah, you could any time you guys want to email me. Here's the email. That's the email you guys can use. Would you like to listen to For Falling Free, a main singer from the Faroe Islands? Sure, I'll add that to the list. I will add to the list. Is there such an unknown band? There's a link to a great introduction to the band. I had the pleasure of interviewing the singer and lead guitarist. Wallah, that's really cool. Jay Smoore, good night. Good night. It would be fun to do your ratings game with the Angelina reactors. You would be definitely make the top 10. John, that's so cool of you to say. Wait, I'll actually send you the website. It's called, it's such a basic, such a great and basic name for it. It's literally this. This is the website. It's tiermaker.com. If you guys if you guys want to make your own tier list, you can just send them through. Just email me the tier list, and the next time we do a live, I'll just do your tier list. And we'll see how that goes. Thanks for your support for AJ. I was on the phone with Alan today. So me and Alan are also working on a new thing together. So hopefully we'll get to record it pretty soon, and it'll come out. That's just a domain. What? Did I do something wrong? Tiermaker.com. Is it not clickable? It is clickable. You guys should do that. You guys should do it, and then I'll react to that tier list and cry if I don't make it to like a favorite spot. No, but they've got some really cool lists. Like, look at this. These are like the already made lists. There's so many categories, and you can like search for stuff. But there's literally so many categories. Like, there was one that, you know what? Maybe we'll do it really quickly, called Civilization. Like, religious tier list. The years in tiers. Like, when were the best years? Beautiful languages, South American countries, countries of World War II, American states, U.S. state flags as of June. Like, there's just so many. There's next pages and stuff. So, fake countries tier list? What does fake countries mean? What is this? Probably fake. I don't know if you guys ever saw that. There's a YouTuber that claims that Australia is not real. Australia is not a real country. I can't believe this is the Guardian article right now that this says, does Australia exist? Well, that depends on which search engine you ask. Reject all. Like, it's a whole thing. There's some people out there that don't believe that Australia is a real place. But there's this one YouTuber. Yeah, there it is. I remember seeing it on Sunny B2. I'll give you the link too so you guys can watch it. But the whole thing is ridiculous. No, I didn't. My email is this. This is my email. Sorry, I don't know if I clicked enter before. Blown away the videos fighting these guys. Electric Callboy with hypa or hippa. Yeah, let me add that to the list as well. See how many lists there are? The record these, the for me, the core list, the cover EP suggestions, the Patreon request, the live list, and then there's the sheet 7, and there's a couple ones. There's just a couple things going on the list. Aurora and Palms, everything matters. Alright, let me add that there too. Aurora and Palm. I know New Zealand is missing off some maps. Is it? No way. That is hilarious. Oh, dude, Civ 6 is such a good game. Oh my god. When it was like break, I downloaded it. They had like a winter sale on, so I got it for a really good price. And I swear to God, I took so I basically took off Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that entire week, and then Saturday, Sunday. I binged it. That's all I was doing. That's all I was doing was playing Civ 6. What a beautiful game. And it was just one game, one just one campaign that entire period. And it's not finished yet. Like it's still there. It's a beautiful game. Good night, Nina. Actually, it's time for me to get to bed too. Got to work in the morning. 1:22 means I get to wake up at what 7, go to the gym. So I probably get like 5 hours of sleep. Type. How much do I have to pay you to do Angelina 11 loving you live performance? Not a single dime. Not a single dime. I'll just take that one and add it to the list. It's already on the list probably because every Angelina song is on the list. But let me just go ahead and put it there. So when its time comes up, it'll get there. I know what the next two Angelina ones are for sure. I don't know what's coming up after that. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. Type guys. I love you so much, so much, so much. بحبكن كتير. I will catch you all in another live super duper soon, I promise. Enjoy your nights. If it's your day, enjoy your day. If it's your morning, enjoy your morning. Be good, be happy, and yeah, thanks for hanging out with me. I love you guys. Popcorn.